Yes, I do can up my own tuna. However, I will not be able to show you the process until summer/fall when I get my next batch of tuna. I strongly recommend getting your tuna fresh from the docks, and you will be paying the hanging weight of the tuna and not the price of the fillets if you get it from the docks. I can my tuna slightly different than how the Ball canning cookbook recommends how to cook it. The Ball cookbook recommends ladling hot water over the tuna inside the jars. I don't do it that way. What I do is I take my fillets, then I chop them into the size of the jar. I always pack mine into wide mouth jars over regular mouth because they're easier to pack, and I always pack raw tuna into hot jars, like 250-degree jars. All right, and then you take your fillets, you slice them into sizes that are or medallions into the size of those jars, into those hot 250-degree jars. It is start half of a teaspoon of olive oil. You put your tuna medallions on top of that. Then if you're doing half pints, it is a quarter of a teaspoon of salt on top of that. And then inside of a cold pressure cooker, inside cold water, you lay your jars inside there, and then you bring it up to 10 pounds of pressure, and you process it for 90 minutes. And if you can process it outside, I strongly recommend processing your tuna outside, because your house will smell like fish for 3 to 4 days afterwards. But yeah, I do can up my own tuna. I strongly recommend getting it as fresh as you possibly can. It is worth it if you don't want fishy tasting tuna. And I don't like ladling hot water over the top of it. I like adding just a little bit of olive oil into the bottom of the jars, layering the tuna, and then the salt on top of it. And if you're canning it inside pints, just double the ratio. So it's going to be 1 teaspoon of olive oil to half of a teaspoon on top. You can add more salt, but I don't recommend it personally. But yes, I do can up my own tuna, and that's how I do it. And when I can up tuna this summer, I'll definitely make a video showing you how.